welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 7 of our career mode with West Ham United. And I made the decision, instead of doing a video that's 10 minutes long and a video that's like 11 or 12 minutes long as a double upload, I would just make a big bumper episode for you. Hopefully you enjoy all the goodness that we have in this episode. And as you can see, we are away to Burnley at Turf Moor. We have taken the absolute maximum amount of support as we can, which is absolutely fantastic. We've mixed it up a little bit. We're staying with the 4-4-2. But we have brought in DeMille and we've brought in O'Brien to replace Creswell and, of course, Jenkinson. Sacco was in line for a start, but unfortunately had a slight knock in the warm-up, which has affected him getting a starting line. But he's on the bench, he's okay. But as you can see, straight away it is Burnley coming straight at us. Sordell in the box, nice shot there. But what a fantastic save from Adrian. He really is immense. But look at Burnley, Knightley down that right-hand side. Kare coming across the pitch with an absolute monstrous tackle. He read that to absolute perfection. He really is starting to hit peak form, and he's still not 100% fit there. But DeMille knocking the ball into Kare. He's going down the right-hand side. He spies the run from Downing. Downing cutting inside, looking to go into the middle of the half. Again, cutting inside, looking to line one up, fires the shot away, and unfortunately it wasn't a shot worthy of the run that he just made. Absolutely fantastic play there, though, from Kare. But DeMille knocking the ball back in to Kare. Plays a beautiful ball into Andy Carroll. And Carroll on his weaker right foot sprays it out towards the corner flag. Really disappointing there, but a fantastic opportunity. As Downing puts Carroll in. Great shot from Carroll. It's saved. Comes back and he's netted it. A great goal there from Carroll. Determination not to give up after that awful shot moments ago on his right foot. Great ball from Downing. Carroll opened his body up to try and put it round the keeper. The keeper made an immense save, but unfortunately the rebound straight to Carroll's feet was just too much for him. But Mark Noble, bossing the midfield at the moment, picking up that ball, just drifting inside as the referee blows that half-time whistle. The West Ham faithful are in absolutely fantastic and buoyant voice at this moment in time. We go in at half-time, Burnley 0, West Ham 1. Hammer's kicking off for the second half, and it's Burnley Hill coming straight out. But Reedy, dominant tackle in the centre of the park, gives the ball into Enna Valencia. Valencia looking to get forward, tries the fake shot, plays the ball into Carroll, and Carroll's put it just wide. That was really a simple opportunity, but it wouldn't have mattered. The Lino has got his flag up. That really is unfortunate. And if you don't know, we will be playing Manchester City on October the 25th. Get your tickets. There's literally only 17 tickets left. We will have an absolute capacity. Absolute capacity. We could sell it out twice. So if you haven't got your tickets, you know the box office number. Ring the box office. Get your tickets. And Enna Valencia picking on Danny Ings. Robbing the ball of him. Into the box. Into the back of the net. Oh, Danny Ings disappointed there, but that's probably why he doesn't play in midfield. He was too weak on the ball. Enna Valencia wanted the ball more, and Ings gave it up too easily. And what a fantastic finish from Enna Valencia. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to make some substitutions. Zerati, Morrison are coming on. Downing is going off for Zerati. Nothing too serious, just a change up. Trying to get some more pace into the side and trying to kill the game off, because we are leading 2-0 at this moment in time. But the referee is calling over Kare again. Looks like he's going to be booked. I didn't think the challenge really deserved the booking there in the 69th minute. It was a great challenge, I thought. A very physical player is Kare, but as you can see, he just goes through the side of him. A little bit of mistiming there. He's got to work on that in his game. Really got to work on that. But Kieran Trippier knocking the ball out to Knightley on the right-hand side. Swinging a crossing. A poor defensive header there, and Sordell with an absolute gift of an opportunity that is just put wide. But Morrison doing some great work in the centre of the park. The ball comes to Zerati. He knocks it into Marco Noble. Noble in the box. Fake shots inside. Oh, and he puts the shot straight at the goalkeeper. It lacked a bit of venom there, unfortunately. But Noble again playing a delightful ball through to Ravel Morrison. In the box. Fake shots around the first defender and slots it in the far corner. An absolute delightful goal in front of the West Ham faithful. Absolutely fantastic. Great fake shot round the first player and just slots the ball home after an absolutely fantastic pass from Mark Noble. Really, really gifted play. He's played so well today, Mark Noble. But Jarvis trying to capitalise on another error by Burnley, but the referee has blown that full-time whistle. West Ham have come out 3-0 winners. Deserved 3-0. It could have easily have been 4 or 5. They've absolutely outplayed Burnley today. The West Ham faithful have absolutely been sensational. So my man of the match against Burnley has to be Mark Noble. Today we have seen Mark Noble starting to hit his top gear. His energy was relentless throughout the game. 90% of our moves came via Noble's magical passing. I can only hope the England manager Roy Hodgson took note, considering he was in the stand, and rewards Noble, Tompkins, Jarvis and Downing, who all deserve a call-up. The only side to Noble's game that is lacking is goals, which we've been working on, and I'm sure he will start to score. A faultless performance, in my opinion. Game statistics are 90 minutes played, tackles 7-1 from 9 attempts, passes 20 passes attempted with 18 completed. An absolutely fantastic display of passing. So as you know, we now have some spare time between our next game, which is against Manchester City on the 25th of October due to the international break. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and head out to Argentina for some additional training, have a nice intensive training camp for 10 days. And while we're out there, I'm going to have a look at a certain player. Yes, Carlos Joaquin Correa. I'm going to have a look at him. He's 20 years old. His current club is Estudiantes de La Plata. His valuation is around about £17.5 million due to third-party ownership. I do apologise if I murdered his name, but I believe it is Correa. And I believe it's Joaquin, and I also believe his first name is actually Carlos Joaquin Correa, and he plays for Estudiantes. Now, I must thank Estudiantes for the footage they have provided. I think it's absolutely fantastic to aid us with our scouting. Absolutely brilliant. So hopefully you will like the way that we have scouted this player, and I'm going to tell you why I actually like him. And as you can see just then, he lost the ball there, but his determination to go and get the ball back was fantastic, and it didn't just stop there. He made a very clever run forward, and he doesn't lack the ambition to go past players, which I really do like. On the left-hand side where he predominantly plays, he realised he couldn't get the cross in, so he faked cross, came back onto his so-called weaker foot, stuck a beautiful cross in, and Estudiantes nearly scored from that, and it was absolutely fantastic. But it's his actual workmanship I really do like. As you can see, he's covering for the CDM. He wins the ball. It doesn't stop there though. Look how he drifts out to that right-hand side. He spots the run, knocks a delightful ball down the wing, and then he continues his run on. Absolutely fantastic. He's got a great engine, good stamina. He's a strong lad. He's 6 foot. Very, very talented. A great run forward, you know. He sort of dragged the defender one way and then just let go. Nice skill to get inside for the shot. Unfortunately, the shot didn't match the skill that put him in there. But look at his run. His timing, splitting 2 players, the midfielder and the fullback, makes a great run forward, gets into the box, beautiful technical skill and ability, and slots that ball home in the bottom corner. Absolutely sensational. This boy is absolutely fantastic. He really is. He's got such a huge amount of potential. You know, a lot of clubs are talking about him. The big clubs in Europe, a few big clubs in the BPL are having a look at him, but I feel he's a fantastic player. My only fear is that third-party ownership that really has got his price rocketing. You know, I've heard quotes that with the third-party ownership, some of them are looking for 10 to 12 million a pop, which is absolutely disgraceful. But I will say the training camp was fantastic. The boys put in a good stint. Hopefully that will stand us in good stead for the Manchester City game and beyond. They worked really hard. But we are back, and the first email I received is about an international management offer. Now, I'm going to have to be honest, and hopefully you'll agree with me in the comment section below. I'm not going to do international jobs until probably Season 3, Season 4. And the job that I would do, if it came along without thinking about it, would probably be the Italian job and the England team job. I don't expect them to come up early doors. In fact, if they did come up in Season 1, Season 2, I would probably turn them down. But Season 3, Season 4, if they came up, bish, bash, bosh, I would do England or Italy. England because obviously I'm English. Italy because of Filippo Bonaparti. It's that simple. Anyway, let's get into the squad report. Have a look at some of the squad players or squad youth players we have potentially could be signing, and ones unfortunately we are going to reject. We're going to be very, very callous and, well, we're going to cull. It's that simple. We're going to cull. Anything that I don't consider to be absolutely fantastic is being culled. Now, why am I hovering over his name? If you know, post in the comment section below. Will we take him on or will we not? His current position looked like a left back, a left defensive midfielder, a centre back, or just a basic midfielder. Who could that have been? I do not know. Regardless of that, Martinho, his potential and his potential statistics, absolutely off the Richter scale. If he could hit half of those, he would be one of the best players in the world. But 79 to a 94. that means we're signing him without a shadow of a doubt. Now, if we could pull another 5 or 6 of those, I'd be absolutely fantastic. We have invested heavily in our youth scout, don't forget, £7.25 million. So it's not as if we've skimped on this. We have invested heavily into our youth system, and hopefully we will get 1 or 2 fantastic players back from Brazil. We're going to give it probably another month or 2 out in Brazil, see what he brings back, maybe bring him back early doors and farm him out to another country and see if we can bring back some different talent. But at this moment in time, it's looking very promising and very good. Now, the email that I think we've all been waiting for, we all knew was going to come back in, and of course, it's Nolan. Things haven't changed as far as I'm concerned. You know, he wants to move, which is fine. He wants to start his career somewhere else. That's absolutely fine at this moment in time. You know, I have offered him the chance to play. He's turned me down to play. He could have played against Burnley, but he turned me down, you know. And to me, that speaks volumes, the sort of lad he is, and I don't particularly want him at the club. The Daily Jaffa, #1 for news, #1 for sport, and still at its competitive 35p. Nolan, heading for the exit. Nolan, days numbered. Kevin Nolan has been quite happy to speak his mind regarding his playing time and departure of Big Sam. Nolan stated, "I'm shocked the board let Sam go. He has been good for the club in many ways." He went on to say, "Locke has made it clear. He doesn't like me. So what can I do? I'm only a player." It would seem that everything isn't well within the Hammers camp. When we approached Locke regarding the statement from Nolan, Locke did not want to comment, stating, "Club business stays within the club and not in the public realm." Not only did Locke not comment, but all the first team squad took the same stance. The only player to make a statement was Mark Noble, who went on record saying, "We are working hard, day in, day out, to get the club up the table. The governor is working hard to make us all better players." He went on to comment about Nolan. "Nolan is his own man, and talking about your playing time is not professional, and I'm sure the governor will deal with it. From my point of view, the governor is pushing the club in the right direction, with the investment in the youth system. So it appears that the club is quite happy, bar Nolan, who has requested to leave in January. It has to be said, the Hammers players have never looked this determined in years." Still no call-up. Roy Hodgson is to meet with West Ham manager John Locke in the coming weeks to speak about his comments regarding player selection. Locke went on record stating, "If you're not in the top 5, you don't wear the England shirt," as Hodgson is blind to quality. So now it's time for the big game. Yes, we are at home to Manchester City. We will be playing in front of an absolute sellout crowd, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to take a risk. We're going to adopt the 4-3-3 and we are going to go for the attack. We know that City normally play a 4-4-2, and hopefully by playing a 4-3-3 we can push up on them, especially with the wingers, and catch them out. That's the plan, that's the idea. We'll only see if it will work. Obviously the league table's not looking too good. We're in 11th, City in 6th. Where do you feel we will finish this season? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you feel success would be after 2 seasons? Obviously, for me, if we finish, say, 8th this season, I think finishing in the top 6, top 5 next season is success because we're progressively getting better. And as you can see from that lineup, we are being very aggressive. We have pace, we have power, we have passion compared to City, who just have a few decent players, as we'll see from their lineup. But big things from Ravel Morrison. Ravel Morrison has forced himself into my recognition because he's been playing so well in training. He'd done such a great job when he came on against Burnley. Unlike Nolan, Ravel Morrison is working really hard. Nolan is not working hard at all, hence why he's not getting the minutes on the pitch, which is probably worrying for him more than me. But Dzeko for City, picking the ball up into Traore. Traore into Fernando. Fernando playing the ball back into Dzeko. Great shot there, but Adrian was equal to it. He's been in such good form this season. But it's Manchester City with a free kick. Ravel Morrison just hovering around. Vincent Kompany makes an absolutely huge error. Morrison moving forward. He spots the run of Enner Valencia. Plays the ball into Valencia. Valencia with a fake shot onto his left. But that's a great save from Joe Hart after an absolutely diabolical error by Vincent Kompany. But Ravel Morrison is teasing City in the centre of the park. Great play. Feeds the ball into Kare. Kare plays the ball into Zarate. Zarate getting forward onto his left foot. Looks to shoot, but Vincent Kompany with a fantastic last-ditch sliding tackle there to block the shot. But it is with Yaya Toure, centre of the park, spraying the ball out to that right-hand side with Navas. Navas into Aguero! Oh, Aguero had so much time there. He should have put that away, but unfortunately he didn't. But it is Fernando into Navas. Navas into Fernando. City coming forward. Great ball into David Silva. Aguero following up. He's put it wide. The goal was open, but Aguero put the ball wide. Sensational play there. But Silva again for City. Left-hand side. Getting the ball into the back post. A bit of confusion, and Aguero had slotted it home. I'm not sure what went on there. Did the defender get the header, or did Aguero knock that down to himself? It's hard to see there. It looks like it hit the defender. Adrian had come out, and he was absolutely beating all ends up. He looked like he was going to cover the ball, but unfortunately he didn't. So we're going to go in that half-time interval, and it's West Ham United 0, Manchester City 1 after that really strange goal scored by Aguero. It has to go down as an unfortunate error by Cresswell. But Yaya Toure with the ball, skips past Kare, looks to play in Aguero, delivers the ball, and Aguero has made it 2-0. That all came from the disastrous attempt of a challenge by Kare, diving in at the feet of Yaya Toure, and unfortunately it did not come off. He hasn't been at the races all game, and as you can see, the West Ham United manager has made the changes. Jarvis has come on for Kare. Obviously, Sacco has come on, as well as Alexander Song, hoping to spark some life into the West Ham team, because they have been playing really well. It's just unfortunate they haven't taken their opportunities that they've had, and Manchester City have punished them. But with the last 15 minutes to go, West Ham are really starting to turn up that pressure, starting to turn up the tempo, playing more direct football. The ball into Sacco on that right-hand side, gets the cross in. Valencia going up for the header. Unfortunately, he just mistimed his jump. But West Ham are really turning the pressure up. Valencia plays a ball into Zarate. Oh, how has he missed that? Zarate has been given a gift of an opportunity. Should have put that away. But West Ham at this moment in time are really causing Manchester City all sorts of problems. A poor ball from Zarate into Valencia, but Valencia uses his strength and pace to regain the ball. Plays the cross into the back post towards Jarvis, but Jarvis unfortunately doesn't win that header. But West Ham are really upping the tempo, really playing good attacking football. Jenkinson down that right hand side, plays the ball into Sacco. Sacco breaks into the box, plays it back to Valencia, and Valencia has his shot saved again by Joe Hart, who is really performing miracles at this moment in time, because Manchester City are being torn apart by West Ham. Jenkinson with the ball, plays it into Noble. Noble coming forward, takes the shot. Oh my days! He's put it in the top corner. What a fantastic finish by Mark Noble. Outside of his right foot into the top corner. Absolutely fantastic. Have we just witnessed the goal of the season? He took 2 touches after he received it, and then just knocks it in with absolute ease into that top corner. Joe Hart had no answer. He was beaten all ends up. That is a sensational goal, and really is a contender for goal of the season. But is there enough time for West Ham to come back and deliver a point for their manager? The kickoff's taken by Manchester City. The referee unfortunately has blown that full-time whistle. So my man of the match against Manchester City, which we did lose 2-0, which is disappointing, has to be Cresswell. With O'Brien breathing down his neck week in, week out for a starting position, it is great to see a solid and robust performance by Cresswell. The game didn't work out as we had planned, as we struck too late to really cause any issues after missing some great chances. But Cresswell was not only solid at the back, but pushing forward. He made a difference. A performance full of energy, passion, and a real fearlessness to hit hard in the tackle. Game statistics: 90 minutes played, 9 tackles from 9 attempts, 12 passes attempted with 9 completed. An absolutely great performance. An unfortunate result against Manchester City, but I've got to say, those last 20-25 minutes, we absolutely outplayed them. Regardless of that, we're going to be going into a Capital One Cup game at home to Crystal Palace. As you can see, it's our changed up lineup. Obviously, Kare will be playing. You know, I can't leave the tank out. He had a bad game. It's one of those things. I took him off, and obviously I'm going to give him more chances. It's just one of those things. He just wasn't at the races. But as you can see, it's a 1-1 scoreline as we move into the second half. Nolan scoring for us first. Then Balassi equalising. Balassi doubling his tally to make it 2-1. Colton Cole makes it 2-2. Can we pull it off? Can we pull it off before extra time? No, we're going into extra time. Palace have secured what looks to be the victory at this moment in time with Balassi hat-trick. A few minutes left, and it's going to finish as a 3-2 loss.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that